welcome back to my channel. It's Buzzinalong here. This one's going to be about how to try and get the 60 stars in all of the rifts. Just tips and tricks. I'm not really going to show you too much, but let's discuss things. Okay, so off in here into the Goliath rift. First thing you need to know when you're heading into battle, what's going on. So here we go. He deals damage based on 130% of attack and 21.5% of your hit points to all enemies. So that's quite a lot of hit points. He's immune to the whole collection of stuff: stun, silence, sleep, freeze. He gets 50% less damage from bleeding, poison, burn, and assassin marks. Now here's the interesting. After receiving 30 gemstone attacks, he deals damage based on 336% of his attack and true damage based on 30% of your hit points. So that's a big sucker. 30% plus 336 attack, and then he stuns you for 4 turns. But that's only on one hero, that one. Okay, here's his stats. Look at that speed, 590 speed. He's got okay accuracy for that stun, and his res is, could give you a bit of trouble landing things. All right. Totems. 100% chance to inflict decreased defense on all enemies. And he restores 40% of the Goliath's mana. Again, he's got all of that stuff. 50% off the burning, bleeding, poison, and assassin mark. And he's immune to all of that other stuff. Stun, silence, sleep, and freeze. This guy's got the same thing. 50% reduced and immune to all that stuff. This guy grants increased attack. So the totems grant increased attack and defense down to you for the big guy to just smack the bloody hell out of you. All right. So what I like to go with, for just about all the rifts, I say an area hitter. This one's the blue, depending on the level that you go with. Okay, here's how I start my team. I got my rift leader over here, Guinevere. She get speed leader in all the rifts by 21. I bring him because of all of the fun that Strybog brings, and he really increases your speed. Between the two of them, I always got a speed up going on. Tycho, he just hits hard. He's my hit all to get me through the mobs on the first couple levels so you can get to the boss quickly. And then Koharu and Vigu against the blue boss there. Those two just smack away. So when you get onto a different level there in the rift, like if I was doing, say, level 19 down over here, now all of a sudden I got green heroes, I'd go with the same first 3 over there because they're my speed, a little bit of healing. If you don't need to heal, get rid of one of the healers, and you could go with Strybog as your speed leader. But I would change these over for some red ones. Red versus green. So, I'd be bringing Akuma and Sophia here. Because that's how I would do 19. All right. So that's the Goliath rift. Pretty much just change your heroes around. Do that. You want to have... we'll go out to the next one and I can discuss it there. Phoenix rift. All right. Let's get down here to 20. I'm not on the map for this one. So we're down here to 20. I say go with, I'm pretty much all of them, I say go with the area hitters, AoE ones, because you want to get through the mobs as quick as you can. I've grabbed myself some pretty high attack heroes, Kuntar, Rogar, and Kijoko, so they kind of chew through the mob pretty quickly. No worries there. I prefer Guinevere out here. She just makes sure everybody's healthy and happy, and that speed lead of 21, you just can't go wrong. And once you get yourself a Strybog, it's hard for him not to make your team. He just does so much goodness, 85% chance to increase accuracy for all allies. He restores mana, grants increased speed, and he gives you soul replenish. So, just kind of hard to not use that guy. Anyways, boss is in the Phoenix rift. Now this guy's a little bit mean. He deals damage based on 117% attack and then 12.5% of the target's hit points to all enemies. Now that's not too bad. except for there's a 100% chance to inflict burn on all enemies for 3 turns. So he lays that on pretty quick. And he's immune to the pile of stuff again, the stuns, down, sleep, and freeze, and he gets 50% less damage from snare, bleeding, poison, burn, and assassin mark. Added snare. Upon death, the Phoenix Alpha here, he resurrects with 50% of his hit points, and he casts a Blazing Roar. Blazing Roar is his main special. So he gets to do that at you. And here's the weird thing in his passive. If you're burning, he deals 15% more damage for every burn status affecting an enemy. And as it says up there, he can toss them on 3 at a time. So that's 45% more damage right there. So you definitely want to have somebody that can try and remove that or kill him quickly. We're going for the 3 stars, so it's all about killing him quickly. Now over here we got 100% chance to put burn on all enemies for 3 turns. And he restores more mana for the master. Mean. And he's immune to all of that collection of stuff as usual. So is this guy. But he grants immunity for 4 turns and removes all negative status and restores 40% of Phoenix Alpha's mana. So the green totem's a bit of a problem. He's taking off all that fun stuff that you're trying to put on. I use Kityoko, throw the marks on, and then smack them off. Yeah, they don't do as much damage as you'd like, but, you know, this team with the high attack smacks it down pretty well. But generally, I say you're best off bringing a couple of area hitters, because getting down these totems isn't such a bad idea, because that one's adding 3 more burns. So if he burns you and then the boss hits you, that's some big damage. Over here, he's removing all the status and granting the boss immunity. So getting rid of the totems isn't such a bad idea. You'll see as I go along through the rest of these rifts here. Witcher's Rift. Now this is a tough one. I'm still struggling to get 100% accuracy on number 20. That's why you see I'm sitting here in 19, because I've got really nice blue heroes. And I don't have that as well. Where does 20 hide? No, up and behind it. My red, in here, I would need the greens. So my reds, I could get away with the reds, but level 20 is just a bit harder. So let's go look in here and see what the boss looks like. Alright, removes 2 positive effects from all enemies, and then she inflicts status of death on all enemies. 2 turns if she's faster than you. Any hero on your team. So that's kind of mean, especially considering she's got 295 speed here at level 19, and it's 300 in level 20. So you either need a really fast team, or you're going to have to smack her down quick. Things like Spell Shield don't work. She's going to take all of those things off. Invincibles, things like that. She's going to take all of those things off. So then she's going to hit you with that. The death status for 2 of them. And she attacks for 120% attack and 15% of your hit points. So decent hit as well. Here's where she inflicts an additional death on all enemies for 2 turns and gains 50% mana when using her special ability if any enemy has less speed than her. So you definitely want to try and... I know it's hard trying to have all your heroes and hitters being above 300, but that's definitely something that would make this rift a lot easier. She also inflicts death on all enemies for 2 turns whenever one of your teammates dies. So that's just cruel. Receives 50% less damage from the collection of stuff again, and immune to the same thing: stun, silence, sleep, and freeze. Most of the bosses are. So she's really mean. You have to go in. I go in smacking quick and hard with my blue team against this one. I've also got Sigil over here to try and make sure that I can get rid of the status. Gwyn also removes a status, so that's why she's on the team. Should actually have Guinevere as the speed leader there. I gained 4 speed. Wasn't paying attention to that, obviously. Whoops, I didn't do it. Make sure you press save after you do that. Otherwise, you do what I just did there, and you don't actually change anything. All right, so that's the Witcher's Rift. You want to be quick and fast. The totems are kind of mean. Restores 50% of the mana, and starts battle with 100 mana. So this one does the same. Starts battle with 100 mana and restores 50 mana. So Witch is ready to go right after the first turn, you know? She's good to go. 100% mana is basically like a charge set on her. So that's kind of mean. You're already wearing the death statuses. All right. Next rift. We're off into the dust rifts. Moon Dust Rift. I don't have much luck in 20, as you see. I play around in 19. Let's go see what the Moon Dust Rift is up to. All right. She deals damage to all enemies, 125% attack, and then she does 20% of the target's max hit points. Just to a single hitter, so it's not too bad. This is the problem, is down here on her passive, she recovers hit points equal to 50% of the damage dealt, and 50% less damage from all the whole collection of stuff. Now the totems here, restores 50% hit points to all allies. And the other one removes all negative statuses. So, generally Moon Dust, I normally don't have him in here. I don't know what I was messing around with. Gladios is one of my favorites. She just really lays on the poison. So between the marks and the poison, I can get her down pretty quickly. I go with, I find the heal block is absolutely needed on the Moon Dust Rift. So I go with the purple dragon because of the fact that he does a heal block on all enemies for 3 turns, and he does the mana choke, which can help her possibly not get to this special so fast. Now, Grimbor is one of my favorite heroes to use because of that ignores 40% defense. But he's also got the little thing. Well, he used to say it on his card. Perhaps it's not there anymore. But he used to give heal block whenever he was used with a Sophia. I don't know if it's not on the card anymore, but I didn't see it there. Perhaps that has been changed. I'll have to look into that part. But anyways, those two really, this team knocks down the Moon Dust Rift pretty quickly. I find she's pretty squishy. She's not too bad. You just got to make sure you get the heal block on her, because that 50% heal, and she heals whenever she hits, so she recovers hit points equal to 50% of the damage dealt. So that's a lot of healing. Between the 50% the totem gives her and the 50% of the damage that she does, she heals a lot. So make sure you get some heal blocks on. There's a few different heal block healers you can use. Scarlet, Azumi, Draenor. There's a few. Could help on this one to make sure you can chew her down quickly to get the 3 stars. Don't forget, I like I suggest on most of them, I throw in I throw out my Tycho because he's my biggest hit all. He gets me through the mobs quickly. His stun is absolutely useless anytime on the boss level, but he does his job getting me to the boss quickly. Okay, next rift. We'll work our way through these colors. The next rift is the Red Dust Rift. So we're off to my gallery. I got to show you the pictures of the Red Dust boss. Here she is. Resurrects all allies with 1,000 hit points, so the totems keep standing back up. And she grants increased attack to all of them and Board King to all of them for 5 turns. So that's a bit of a problem. And she gains 20 mana at the start of her turn for every living totem. So if they're still alive, she gets 40 mana. 40% less damage received for every living totem. That's huge. So this one's definitely, you need the area hitters to knock her down, because you need these totems to be dead. Same thing, 50% less damage from snare, blah, 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 blah. And immune to all of the normal collection that the bosses are. Okay? Here's the totems. The green totem gains increased crit chance to all allies for 5 turns and gives the red Star Sister 40 mana. immune to the whole collection of stuff and damage reduced on all the other things. The other one gives crit chance. This one gives crit damage for 5 turns. Restores 40% of the Star Sisters' mana. So you want these guys to be dead and not doing off their special, because otherwise the Red Sister is going to be going off and bringing more of these back to life and hitting you, because she still does hit you. Oh, no. Seems to be just the gem damage. But oh, is the gem damage big. And this is the team I normally go with. I've got my area hitter, the healer with attack up, Strybog there, and then I go hit Yoko and Grimbor to try and focus on the Red Sister to smack her down quickly. Okay, next rift would be the yellow one. Now the legendary... Oh, I got Green Sister here. Well, let's deal with the Green Sister now. She deals damage to all enemies, 150% attack, unpreventable damage based on 20% of the target's max hit points. And there's the problem. She takes off 75 mana. So you don't want this girl going off very often, otherwise your specials won't be going off. She deals 25% more damage for every 25 mana the enemy is missing. So that could be easily, 100% more damage if she's taken all your mana away. She grants Soul Link to all totems for 6 turns at the start of her turn, and she gains Invincible for 8 turns. Yeah, immune to the whole collection and all of that. So, where is my yellow one? Down that way. All right. Red. Okay, we were working on the green one, so the next one down is the totems. Now, the totems gain Taunt, and they got Soul Link on from the Big Sister. And now this one's given increased defense to all allies. And as usual, they give 40 mana to the Star Sister, so she can go off again. Now, the other red one that goes with that also gets Taunt and Fortify to all allies. Fortifies reduces the amount of damage that you can do when you hit them, and gains the 40 mana. So, she's a bit of a problem here. 150% attack, 20% of the target's max hit points to all allies. So she's a big hit all. And she's taken 75 mana from all of you. Now, you really need to get her dealt with and the totems. So that's why my suggestion for the green one is I go with a remover. I like this Snatek guy against the red because he does a remove status from all. Gwyn has a possible remove status. Lilith removes a pilot status so that I can get that invincible off, because you got to get that invincible off or you'll never hit the 20 turns. And then I just lay on the burn with Sven and Lurker, and just enough of it and she will fall down. Doesn't matter that the damage is reduced by 50%. Just lay it on. That was my plan. You will come up with your own. Again, Snatek to hit all that helps me to deal with the crowd control there. And between Sven and Lurker's burns, crowd control, I get to the boss pretty quickly. So make sure you get through the mobs to get quickly to the boss on all of these ones. Okay, Blue Sister. This is another tough one. This one deals damage to all enemies, 150% defense. And another one of these ones with the 20% of your target's max hit points. This one's hit all enemies again, so that's quite a big hit. She also gains increased defense for 6 turns at the start of her turn, and with the speed being up so crazy, it's going to be her turn often. Okay, totems that go with this one. It grants immunity to the Star Sister, so got the defense up, got immunity on, and this one's giving him 40 mana as well. Also with the 40 mana over here on the green one that goes with it, and removing all of the negative statuses. So again, you want the hit alls to help deal with the big damage being done, but you definitely want to get some removers going on for this blue sister, because you got to get off that invincibility and you got to get off that defense up, because she's a tough sister to knock down. I've got I use Hefrona for that one. I like the status block. Hopefully you can block that defense and then throw yourself a remover so you can get that off. Don't seem to be finding the yellow. Yellow one's pretty easy. Basically all you want to do, let's get back into the game here. The yellow one is relatively easy. I prefer, again, go with, I like my Tycho to get me through the waves. Then you use heroes like Gladios's Poison or Zarkon's Poison are absolutely wonderful. Marks work terrific. The assassin marks. Use heroes like that on that one. You can really chew her down fast. She has a lot of hit points, but between the marks and the poison, you can really knock her down quickly. So that one's not too bad. That's pretty much all I got to say about the rifts. Good luck to you. Oh, did I do Purple Rift? Purple Rift is the mean one. So, hold on. Let me go find my purple one. I did have a Purple Dust boss. All right, the Purple Dust Sister is a nasty one. Removes all positive statuses from a single enemy. So just in case you got invincible on or anything like that. And then kills the target. She receives 30% less damage and gains 30% speed for every living enemy. So she gets meaner and nastier as the level goes along. Poison, burn, assassin mark, snare, bleeding, you know, the collection that she's immune to. Now she comes with a couple of different totems. Ursa Minor here gives a 100% chance to remove all of your statuses, up to 10 from all enemies, and gives that damage back to the sister. And then we have the this one grants increased defense. Inflicts decreased defense for 5 turns on the enemy and restores 40 totems. So you got 40 mana to the sister. So you got remove the statuses and add decreased defense so that the big sister has no problem killing you. So you need to smack this one down relatively quickly. I go with a simple smackdown team. I don't bring a healer. These are some of my best hitters that I have personally. I love Frank. Grimbor's just a big attacker. Kitjoka and her marks, and she has huge attack up for me, or huge attack stats. Rogar's a beast. He does much better when there's only one enemy, but whatever. Akuma, again, I've got him with huge attack. So those are my 5 best attackers. I just go at it and try and smack her down as fast as I can. I don't worry about any shenanigans, nothing going on. Just hurry up and kill before she kills you. That's pretty much the theory on that one. All right, well, that's my little run through the rifts. Good luck to you. Use your best heroes. Good luck. It is doable. Make sure you use the hit alls for the waves. Throw some potions when needed. 1 or 2 hit alls would definitely speed up things. You definitely want to work on a lot of the totems because they add a lot to the main thing. But in order to get it done in 20, you don't want to focus too hard on the totems. You definitely want to be taking the hit points off the sister because the totems die when the sister dies. So good luck all. Peace out. Hope this helps.